We're getting 2 more DualSense colors, and they're actually coming really soon. The weirdest thing about the PS5 so far is that on the surface, it seems like it should be super customizable. You've got removable plates, you've got removable pieces on your DualSense controller, but so far, Sony has just given us the white edition of the console and controller. That of course all changed this morning when Sony announced they're releasing 2 new colorways of the DualSense controller. We're getting Midnight Black and Cosmic Red. Midnight Black is going to run you $69.99 and Cosmic Red is going to run you $74.99. They're coming out on June 11th, but they're both up for pre-order now, and I have the links down in the description. Sony's never been afraid to get weird with their colorways. On the DualShock 4, they had an orange and purple one that kind of looked like candy corn. They also had an Alpine green one that had a 2-tone white and green thing going on. I like that one a lot. So as far as starting out with the DualSense, I think they picked 2 safe colors that are actually really cool. Like, you can't go wrong with black and red, especially since the first game on the console was Spider-Man Miles Morales, and his colors are black and red. I know the Cosmic Red is not exactly the Spider-Man red that he uses, but it's close enough. So if you want to have like a Miles Morales edition PS5, you're kind of on your way there if you pick up both of these controllers. Now that you've seen these cool controllers though, if you're on Amazon later today and they have PS5s available and you still don't have one, do not hesitate to buy it, because I don't think they're going to release a black and red PS5 anytime soon. We know how much trouble they're having just getting these white ones off the shipping rack, like to the point where if you buy a digital one, you might actually end up getting a disc one in the box. So the idea of them overcomplicating it by introducing 2 new colorways, that just doesn't seem like something they're equipped to handle right now. And that's not meant as a knock or anything, it's just how it is thanks to this stupid virus that's making it impossible to get a PS5 for a lot of people. Where I am gonna knock them a little bit though is on the price discrepancy. So I'm not really too upset about having to pay $70 for a controller. It's the same price as a game. It's increased about $10 each generation for the past few, so that's fine. We basically expected to be paying $70 for this more advanced controller, but charging $5 extra for a red edition, putting that cost on me as the consumer, I know it's like they could say that $5 added up equals out to a lot of money, and that's fair, but like, really, you're gonna charge me the extra $5 you're paying to paint it red instead of black? I don't see the logic there, and I don't really agree with it, but it's a minor nitpick, I think. The other question I've been seeing people ask is whether or not these controllers are going to have the stick drift problem fixed, and I think they could. I don't know one way or the other because we haven't seen Sony officially even acknowledge the stick drift issue, but knowing that they definitely know it's there, I feel like if they're releasing a new controller, they'll probably have a couple swapped out components just to see how those work compared to the launch ones. I know with the DualShock 4, they released a newer version very soon that didn't have the rubber coming off the controller. Like, I bought a new one a couple months, I think in January after I got my PS4 at launch, and that controller lasted way longer than the launch edition controller. I also think it's cool to see where they colored the controller. I know it seems kind of obvious that all the white stuff on the original controller would be just changed red or black, but they could have done something different with it because this controller has so many different colored pieces on it. So just to know that they're coloring the whole thing one color to start out, I'm fine with that. I also like that the buttons are matching the color of the controller because the white DualSense has clear, clicky buttons that are a lot different from the matte ones we've seen before. I kind of liked how the PlayStation buttons, like the square, circle, triangle, and cross, had their own established colorway, but this controller is so futuristic and new that I'm fine with them changing it up just a little bit, you know? And of course, now that we're getting new colors, I'm thinking about all the special editions we could get with game releases as time goes on. I think Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart might be cutting it close to already release another new controller, but later on in the year, we have Horizon Forbidden West. We of course maybe have God of War Ragnarok. Both of those could have some really cool DualSense work going on, and hell, man, if they release Last of Us Factions this year like they're supposed to, I would love to have a Last of Us 2 themed DualSense controller. I think it would be awesome. Also, just because I'm me, I'm gonna put this out into the world. Sony, please get a black and orange edition ready for Halloween. It would look so awesome. Now that we're seeing colored controllers, I gotta wonder when Sony's gonna wake up and start releasing some plates for the PS5. It would be a super cool way to easily customize that thing. They're made to be taken off, and white was a cool experiment. I'm just not into it. I get that it looks futuristic. It also attracts dust like crazy, and it just draws the eye to the console instead of my TV where I'm actually playing games. So if Sony could release a Last of Us 2 edition, a Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart edition, you know, it would be a lot easier to go out and spend $50 on a couple plates of plastic than spend $500 on a full-on console. I know Sony is probably sitting there like, we make more money on the console, but actually they don't. they lose money on every PS5 they sell. So really, I feel like it's in Sony's best interest to just make some cool new plates for the PS5. They could do it, they could do it. I know it. I want a black one, I want some orange ones, I maybe want a cosmic red one. I'll spend money on this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today on the DualSense. Make sure you let me know what you think of these two new colors down in the comments, and also remember to check the description if you want to pre-order these controllers for yourself. As always, my name is Jimmy Champagne, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.